Welcome to the Junior Jobs Podcast, where we interview recently hired junior developers to give you actionable job search advice relevant to today's job market. For today's interview, I'm talking with Sebastian Oldak, who was a professional athlete before he got his first job in tech. Are there any questions you'd like me to bring up in these interviews? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll make sure to bring them up in future sessions. And our sponsor for today is David Roberts with Crushing Digital. They're offering our listeners 30% off their new video series called Standing Out in Tech, which covers every aspect of the junior developer job search. So make sure to check out the link in the show notes and enter the code JuniorJobs30, one word, at checkout to get your discount. All right, Sebastian, welcome to the show. Glad you could join us.
Hey, hello everyone. My name is Sebastian. I'm from Poland and I'm very happy to be here and thank you for invitation. I'm really excited to share my story and maybe someone will take some good advice from this.
Yes, we're very excited because I think you have a very unique background. So before we get into it, can you tell us a little bit more about why you decided to get into coding and how you did it?
Okay, so maybe I will say some words about my previous career, which was professional. I was professional athlete. I was training judo for almost 14 years now. I was in national team and I was like mostly focused on throwing people and being the best in judo in this career. So I didn't think much about other careers that time. So I was focused only on being better at sport. But with the time, like things changed. You got injury, you got some other things. You want to make more money, you want to be more like free, so I got into coding because I thought that it's gonna be like much more better for my future also. And when I got started with this, I got really into it. It wasn't like, oh, I need to get into coding because to get me money. I got really like interested into this. And now it's my passion. I really love to code every day. It's really like amazing to be able to code and even get paid for that. So yeah,
Yeah,
I came
congratulations
from
on making that change. It's got to be really difficult. Yeah, difficult. You go from squashing people every day to squashing bugs. Maybe there is
yeah,
some
exactly.
transferable skills
I
there.
I I was fighting with people and now I'm fighting with the bugs with code. It's
That's
even
right. That's right.
a little similar.
I imagine. So then, here on the Junior Jobs podcast, we like to focus specifically on the job search and how you got that job.
hmm
So tell me first, how did you learn to code? And then when did you start looking for that job? And how did it play out for you?
Yep. So it started exactly 2 years ago because I have my birthday is in 4 days and I got my first course on my birthday 2 years ago. So it started exactly 2 years ago when I got some Udemy course and I started learning from Udemy. It was like some basic things like HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. And then after I finished like two courses on Udemy, I switched to looking for tutorials online, but free one. I didn't want to pay because like everything is on the internet, I think, and you can find many good resources online without even paying for that. So after few courses on YouTube, I found also good course called Scrimba. I think it's very good website and platform to learn how to code because you're actually doing something, not only watch how the other person is coding. And I think it's important also in the learning process to actually write the code on your own, not just watch it. Because I think like many people are going into this I don't know, trap that they are just watching tutorials, next tutorial, and they are not doing anything. And I think the most important part is to actually do something after you watch that tutorial. And it's also like, I think part of it's the best like learning tool to actually build something on your own and don't jump into next course and not next and next and next.
Yeah, I call it tutorial hell, where
Yeah,
you
and
have the perception of learning, but really you're not learning that much because you're watching somebody else code all the time. And really
yeah, it
the
started
real
to
learning
procrastinate.
comes when you step away and you start trying to build something on your own.
Yeah, exactly. It's type of procrastination when you are just trying to watch another video, but you are not doing anything,
Yeah,
just
absolutely.
watch other
S
person coding.
so then so then you watched all these
Uh,
Udemy videos or you did some of your own personal training. How did you find a job?
yeah, it was tough for sure. I applied like more than 100 times for jobs. I was searching most of the time on some job boards that are in Poland. So I was like cold applying with my profile, and it was like tough. I got rejected many times. I got some interviews, but I didn't get to the next stage. I got rejected many times, but I think it's the part of the process. You have to know that you will be rejected and just keep going. So when I was applying, I started applying with like simple two projects, maybe so something like that, and to see how actually where I am in the process of learning, if it's okay, if it's enough for starting the junior job position, because you don't know if it's enough or it's not. So I think it's good to get actual feedback from some company that you are applying to, if they give you feedback, because it's not also common. So I started applying with these two projects, and on the same time I was improving them, making some others and making some bigger projects and still applying. So it was like in the same time. And after two bigger projects that I had already, I got first internship. It was 6 months of working, but for free. The internship was not paid. So it was like hard 6 months, but I got this first like experience. So I think it helped me to find the next like real job, to get paid job.
Yeah, the unpaid internship is a harsh reality for many developers. I know for myself, my first technical job was a 4 hours a week unpaid internship where I was doing just some minor text updates or color updates. How did you find that internship? Was there a specific job board or how did you connect with them?
I found uh, the, uh, the information on Facebook. Actually, I don't know. I think it was some advertisement that I saw, and I just applied for the internship. It was international company based in Ukraine, and I just got the first stage. Then the second technical interview went well, and I got the internship. But as you are saying, it was not paid, so it was like 6 months of like a lot of hours doing it for
Mhm.
free. But you have to put this hard work to later being able to find something paid. And
Can I ask
uh,
the name of that company if other people are interested?
it's called Lasoft, and they are
Code
doing,
less soft?
yeah, and they are doing these internships, I think, every year.
Okay.
So it's worth. It's really good way to start. I think the journey, because you learn everything like technical stuff. Also working in a team, it's very good
Mhm.
for starting your career. If you are
Yeah,
not,
working on your own small project is a lot different than developing enterprise solutions that service thousands of people and you're working in a team environment. Yeah, so
yeah,
even if you can't get an internship, I still recommend that people partner with other developers in their boot camp, or there are some services like the Collab Lab Codes where you can volunteer on projects together and usually have mentorship of a senior developer. But really, the importance of getting a real project on your portfolio that solves a real business problem instead of just these weather tracker or to do apps that I see a lot of portfolio projects
mm,
being.
yeah. I think it makes you like very special when you have a project that you work not alone on, and I think
Mm.
you can use it as an advantage just many people that are applying to job just with this to-do app, like you mentioned, and having something that you really worked with other people makes you also better prepared for actual job that where you work with other people, not alone.
Absolutely. So then after your 6-month internship, how did that work out? Did you transition into a full-time role with them, or did you leverage that to get an opportunity somewhere else?
Yeah, I didn't stay with them. They didn't have a project for me that I could join, so I finished the internship and came back to applying to jobs. But actually, it was like really, I don't know if I was lucky, but I just finished the internship, and after a few days, I got the offer from the company that I'm currently working for. It's a startup in Web3 called 0xKYC that I'm currently working on. And yeah, I got this job almost 6 months ago.
Yeah, that's wonderful. I found that once you have just a little bit of experience, even if it's a few months, you really stand out in the applicant pool because there are so many self-taught or bootcamp grads or even universities pushing out graduates every month, just flooding the market with people with 0 years of experience. But even if you have just a few months like you had in your example, right, you're gonna stand out way above anybody else.
Yeah.
So that
I,
specific job though that you found, which was a lot faster, how did you find that one?
this one I found on Discord group. It's also Polish Discord group in like about Web3, and I saw that someone is looking for a front-end engineer, and I just text him, and we got on the call. They liked me. And that's how I am working like right now, full time, remote, and I'm like very happy the way it is right now. After this like difficult time of searching of a job, because I know it's annoying, it's long process probably, and yeah, you get a lot of rejections, but it's worth keeping keep doing your job and going forward for this goal that you have in mind.
You call out an important point here, right? Instead of you just cold applying to roles over and over again, you joined a community of people that were willing to support you, a community of other engineers. So instead of you having to actively go out and find opportunities, you were exposed to so many other opportunities because of this network that you had started to build. So just remember you're not on your own in your job search, right? And a big part of this is just about putting yourself out there.
Yeah. And like everyone is cold applying to jobs. So it's the easiest way, the fastest way, but also the most difficult to actually get some feedback, some response. So yeah, I think it's good to try other ways to get the first step that is like the most difficult one. You
Yeah,
have to
very
try
true.
on different ways to attack it from different angle.
Very true. Well, Sebastian, thank you so much for sharing your story. I think it's going to be very great for a lot of people in our audience. That is all the time that we have for today. So thank you to those that are listening, and we will see you next time. Thanks for tuning in to the Junior Jobs Podcast. We hope you found today's interview helpful as you navigate your own job search in tech. If you enjoyed the show, please remember to like and subscribe as that helps us reach more developers in need. And don't forget to check the show notes for details on today's sponsor and other job search services that we provide. Thanks for listening and have a great day.